And I had information on the question being the letter that I received yesterday. So that is obviously where we'll be going on the letter that I received yesterday. Opening up on that letter was about a meeting that the Controller and Auditor had asked to have with me on the 27th of June, is when he wrote. Our department got back at the end of the week, and that meeting will be on Monday. There was an inference possibly from that I had not accepted a meeting, or there wasn't going to be one. That hadn't been the case, and it is diarised for Monday. The next bit was about the information that we'd received and accurate, up-to-date information being shared with the department, to which we agreed information had been shared up to the 6th of June. But what we talked about is when we signed off the factual information that contained within it, it was raising the concerns about the context and the conclusions drawn from that information and where we went from there. That goes on to the impact of those recent changes. So when we looked at when those impact of those changes were brought through, so the waiting days being abolished on the 14th of February, the housing benefit run on the 11th of April, and the advance payments on the 3rd of January. As I said in my apology yesterday, that the impact of those changes are still being felt, and therefore the definition couldn't have been, or can't be, that they've fully been taken into account in the NAO. They also talked about slowing down the process, which we always agreed with, which is about the test and learn process, and we will learn as we go along. That's what we agree with too. But when he talked about, I'm also afraid that your statement in response to my report, that it had not been proven the case for universal credit, that is where we differ on the conclusions. So whilst they had the same factual information either way, where you look at it and how you then come to the conclusions, we came to very different conclusions because of the impact of those changes that we'd brought in at the end of that period are still being felt. So that's where I would like to leave it. Equally, it says at the end that it said you cannot measure the exact number of additional people in employment. We'll agree with that. You can't measure the exact number of people in employment. But we knew there was a plausible range, which we'd have support on. There was a plausible range of people going into employment. And we also know that employment is increasing. So those were the key pertinent points from the letter, and obviously included with my apology yesterday for the phrasing of the words I got wrong, which I fully accept, hence I came to the House. I will end that bit of the statement there.
Thank you.